Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk But No Politics, okay? Here on Helium Radio Network slash Life Improvement Radio. I am your host, Andrew Lenz, bringing you a new episode every Friday at 7 p.m. And I hope you liked the last episode. Got a little bit away from the tiering or the ranking of things. I may bring that back. My son has been asking me to do one, so it's going to probably be with my other son, my older son. So that should be fun. But today, I want to go over a collection I have. I didn't think I had a collection until a friend of mine told me that I do have a collection. And it is a collection that I started maybe about really getting into it about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe a little bit more. And that is old NES games. I mean, I don't have a deluxe collection by any means. Titles that I can pick up, titles that I liked as a kid, things of that nature. So, without further ado, let's get into the very first game. Very first game I have is 3D World Runner. It is like Temple Run, but for the NES. It's fun. It was one of the first games that my brother and I ever had. My dad bought us the NES, and of course that comes with Mario and Duck Hunt. And he was like, "Hey, I picked you up this game. It's 3D World Runner." Is it a great game? No, but is it a good game? Yes, just because of how you play it, the difficulty of it. If you've ever played it, it's a pretty great game. The music's not bad, but I bought this just because more of a nostalgia thing. It's something that I just probably pick up and play every once in a while. It's not a bad game though. So the second game, these are all in alphabetical order. Is this game I just recently picked up is American Gladiators for the NES. Did not own this as a kid. I don't even think I really played this as a kid, but as a child of the 80s and 90s, I'm going to pick up American Gladiators. I should maybe got it for the Super Nintendo, but I got it for the NES. And it's interesting. It's not what I imagined. If you're watching the video, you see where the joust is, and you actually have to jump two different jousting platforms. The wall climb's pretty difficult because you're hitting A and B pretty quick. But other than that, it's a pretty fun game. You know, it's got all your great events: the assault, joust, the wall climb, Powerball, all of those natures, all of those uh, events of that nature. So I do really enjoy American Gladiators. Matter of fact, my son does too. So the next one I have is Bad Dudes. Uh, this is a this is probably a horrible game for the NES. Awesome arcade game. I will give it arcade awesome status all day long. NES not so much. I bought it just more for a lot of these games I buy for nostalgia. So this one I bought for nostalgia. Do I put it in and play it? Not too often. And you're probably thinking, if you don't play it, why did you get it? More of a nostalgia thing and just to have. So, Bad Dudes? Anyone? It's not the best. It is not the best. Next one I have is Blades of Steel. How can you not have an NES? How can you have an NES and not have Blades of Steel? First big time hockey game that I can remember. Playing plus the in between periods, you get to play. I think it's Gradius. Gradius, you get to play as well. The fights cutscenes are amazing in it. Not official NHL rosters or anything like that. It's just like, hey, I'm going to play as Toronto. I'm going to play as New York. But it is a good. I feel it's a good game. It was kind of a must-have. So that's why it's in there. Number 5, Double Dragon. Another great arcade game, great NES game. Love Double Dragon. Could play Double Dragon all day long. Billy and Jimmy, absolutely amazing, and it's a fun game. I did own this one as a kid, but I actually got this game before Double Dragon, and that was Double Dragon 2, my brother and I. Two-player game, obviously, you got two kids. You got to find two-player games, and that's Double Dragon. So, Double Dragon 2, I play this one more than Double Dragon, and this was a lot of fun to play, and I played this constantly as a kid. Brother and I, obviously, my brother was older, so I had to go player 2 all the time, nonstop. But it was a good price. Picked it up. Still play it to this day. It's a lot of fun. I'll have to play it on the YouTube channel pretty good. And Ghostbusters 2. This was another one. It was like $5. I picked it up at some like kind of like a thrift store, but all they did was sell old records, cassette CDs. I picked this one up, and I'm thinking, oh, I never played this as a kid. I played Ghostbusters, and that game's not the best, but I still enjoyed it because I think when you're a kid, if you just found a game of a favorite TV show, movie, or something, you're like, oh, okay, I guess I can just deal with this. This game I don't think is that great. I haven't played it in a very, very long time, but I'm glad I have it in my collection because I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, and it's fun. It's fun to play. It's fun to play every once in a while. Nothing too great. Here's one that I've played on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So that video is up there, and was a must-have. This game was definitely hard. I think it was kind of hard to find. Where I'm from, there's only so many retro game stores. I'm like, man, I don't want to pay $50 for this. But I found this in a place in Vestal, New York, that's close to Binghamton, called Sound Go Round, and they had it for $25. Just the cart, whatever. I only have straight carts. I'm not a completist by all means, but they had Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Had to get it. And this is a game that I still pop in. My sons play it with me. Everything else, have I gotten to Mike Tyson? Yes, but I use the code. Who am I kind of stuck on? Is it Bald Bull? I believe it's Bald Bull. I'm still kind of stuck on Bald Bull. Actually, like I said, go over to the YouTube channel. It's in there. I'm playing it. I've played a couple of these games so far on there. Well, I'll get to the rest, but I've played a couple. And what more can you say about it? The characters? Even though it's Mike Tyson's Punch Out, there's still the other characters. There's Glass Joe, Don Flamingo, the Tiger King Hippo, Bald Bull, Soda Popinski. I believe he's in there. But there's so many. Punch Out as a franchise is just absolutely amazing because it's a wide variety of weird characters. It's not a straight up boxing game. It's more of a puzzle game. So even if you're not into boxing and you like to look for patterns and tells, you can really excel at Mike Tyson's Punch Out. So this one I just recently bought, and it's Robocop. Robocop, another great movie. Popped it in when I got it. Got this at the Nostalgic Nerd, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area where I live. And if you live there, please go check them out. The owners are really great, really helpful. Have a conversation with you, talk to you about the games and video. If you love retro video games, go check out the Nostalgic Nerd. It's a really great, just small, nice place to get some games. I've bought a couple games from there, and they will not disappoint you at all. But I bought this, played it a couple times. I gave the controller off to my son, because they like I said, they enjoy playing the Nintendo games as well. Is this a great game? It's okay, but I'm glad I have it in there. Once again, this game was under $10. I buy a lot of games that are under $10. I'm expecting games that are under $10 to be absolutely amazing. No, but if it's something I didn't have as a kid or something that I had as a kid, I definitely try and pick it up. So that is Robocop. Number 11. I bought this one too at the Nostalgic Nerd. Uh, I bought it's Skate or Die. I bought it for $2. They have a lot of sports games and very common games for $2. So you just go and you pick it up. The only problem is, and I completely understand it, they don't guarantee that it's going to work. But you can take a chance for $2 on a game, and that's what I did with this. I saw it in there. He was like, hey, just to let you know, we don't guarantee these, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I told him, I said, I know this game is still not the greatest, but I still want it. So I'm gonna buy it. Brought it home, put some rubbing alcohol on it, popped it or let it dry, popped it in, and it worked. We were good as gold. As good as gold. Have Skate or Die. Once again, a lot of with these games, I play them for a little bit. Then my sons come in and they're like, "Hey, can I play?" And they pretty much said this game is horrible as well. But once again, they enjoy playing them as well as I do. Will I ever play this on the channel? I'm just kind of talking to myself here, but I think I would. I think I would. I think I want to try and play each and every one of these on the channel as well, just to go through it. Uh, because it's just such a great nostalgic thing, even though if you're not good at it. Because Skate or Die was a game that I wanted as a kid so badly. Come on, it's got it right in the title, Skate or Die. So why would I not want this game? And now I have it as an adult, so that's pretty cool. $2, not a bad investment. I think whenever you can normally pick up any NES game for $2, you definitely should. The way that the market's going on some of these games. All right, here's a really great fun game that I just recently found out about. Did not really know about this game growing up, and that's Star Tropics. Star Tropics is so much fun. If you love that action RPG adventure, you're gonna love Star Tropics. It is so geared to the United States. Kid's name is Mike Jones. Primary weapon's a yo-yo, but you can pick up fire, baseball bats, a snowman to freeze things. And you're going on this adventure, very much like Zelda, but it's weird how you move. It's more of a it's a you got to hit the button and then that turns your body and then you got to like the direction. So if you want to go up, you have to hit up. It'll turn you up and then it'll move you up. So the controls are a little bit weird. You're not doing like a lot of you can't do a lot of quick movements, but it is a fun game to play. Uh, I actually picked this one up at Sound Go Round as well. Many of these I picked up at Oogie Games in Niagara Falls, and a couple of GameStop ones. Blades of Steel were GameStop. Legend of Zelda. There's another one in here, but a lot of these are Sound Go Round, Vestal, Nostalgic Nerd, and other places that I like a very nice, cozy experience when I'm looking for my NES games. I don't want to be overwhelmed with knowledge. I just want to be able to look for NES games. But Star Tropic is definitely fun. It's exciting. They're thank God for the internet, because if you were to buy this before the internet and everything up there, there's certain codes that you need. There's a letter that you had to wet. I'm pretty sure if anybody's played this, you know. But now with the internet, a good thing about it is that you could just find all that stuff, grab that NES game, find all that stuff right there, and start playing. So the next game I got here is Super Mario Brothers 3. This is the only Mario game I own for the NES. Because this is my favorite, I would have to almost, out of all of them, yeah, this is definitely it because of what you could do. The whistle, uh, the movie The Wizard definitely helped make this one of my favorite video games or favorite Mario game of all time. So when you play this game, and I'm not that great at a lot of platforming games. My wife is, but she only plays them very, very rarely, and I have more fun watching her play them than I think I play them sometimes. But Super Mario Brothers 3 was just so much fun with the Tukey suit, frog suits, raccoon tails, everything that you can do in it. It just raised it another level from Super Mario can't even talk. Super Mario Brothers 1, from Super Mario Brothers 2 that was released in the United States. There's the Lost Worlds one, or Lost Levels, that was released in Japan. That's the Japan Super Mario Brothers 2. But this is still the favorite. To be able to get that whistle and warp through all those levels from the ships, the Koopa Kids, everything about this game is just really great and really, really well done. I know this came out later in the Nintendo lifespan, so of course they could improve on a lot of things, but I have a lot of fun playing this one. I have a lot of fun. Definitely something I think I'll play on the channel at some point. So here we go. My next one is Tecmo Bowl. I'm a football guy. Tecmo Bowl brought everything into the main stream because these were actual NFL players in a game. Was it actual NFL teams? No, the logos weren't there. But the actual names, and you get into that video game mythology of Lawrence Taylor being so totally awesome. Bo Jackson's really good at this one. You know, the gameplay I didn't realize until I was older is only pretty much 8-on-8, but still, you can pick and choose the team. You can different attributes, and you're playing as that player. So I'm a Dolphins fan. If I want to throw the touchdown pass with Dan Marino to Mark Clayton or Mark Duper, I can. I can do that. And that's what this game provided. First down lines, playbooks were crazy in this, even though you only had 4 plays. And it was just so much fun. It was simple, but yet gave you what you wanted out of a football game. So that's Tecmo Bowl. And the next one I have, if you got Tecmo Bowl, this is the favorite. Out of the Tecmo Bowl series, it's Tecmo Super Bowl. I play this on the channel for the 2-point conversation, doing a season we're doing right now with the Giants. So this was all the teams. This was actual NFL teams, logos, players getting injured, change out the playbook, and everything else. An amazing, amazing game. And it brought everything from awesome about Tecmo Bowl and brought it in there and added so much on top of it. Next one, Legend of Zelda. Had to get this one. Search forever to find a good price. I actually found this at GameStop, I think, for $14.99. I ordered it offline because everybody's got the gray cards. If you're collecting and you need Legend of Zelda, I just feel it's got to be a gold card. It's gold or nothing. It's like the Olympics. It's gold or nothing. But once again, like Star Tropics, action, adventure, RPG, a little bit more of an open world than Star Tropics. Explore, trial and error, puzzles, figuring things out. So much fun. I love The Legend of Zelda. Next one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Had this as a kid. this is not the best Ninja Turtle game, but it was a Ninja Turtle game. So of course we parents got it, we played it, we had fun with it. Uh, Definitely an interesting one. I did Donatello with the cheap bow there, the cheap bow trick. But then this came out because in the arcade there was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the arcade, so Nintendo said, "Hey, let's bring it to the Nintendo Entertainment System," and that was awesome. I think there was a Pizza Hut coupon in there as well, so you get who wouldn't want to play Ninja Turtles and then order up some Pizza Hut pizza as well. So much fun. My sons play this a lot. Just put them down. Reminds me of me and my brother playing this as well. To pick their characters, they try and go through so many levels. I did do a playthrough this on the channel, so if you want to see me play this, did I beat it? No, that's a spoiler, but go check it out. I'm not the best video game player, but if you're just looking for that nostalgia and a guy still trying his best at video games, go check out the channel. So that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. The bosses are better in this one too, as well. So the final one I have is Top Gun. As you can see, if you're watching the video, I have the aircraft carrier. I also have Top Gun 2, but I did not make a slide for that because they're pretty much the same game. With just a little bit of differences, but they're pretty much the same game. You could probably say the same with Double Dragon 1 and 2 and or not so much Super Mario's, but Tecmo Bowl and Super Tecmo Bowl, but that is what it is there. So, Top Gun is a game not a lot of people like, but I enjoyed as a kid because it was the closest to a flight simulator I could get to. I loved this game. It was a fun game. I don't think I ever made a perfect landing, but it was this one and Flight of the Intruder. I do not have Flight of the Intruder, but I would like to find that. And it was just a fun game to just sit there, fly in, and go. You go through the mission, pick your missiles, everything like that. Even though it's just blue sky, blue sky, blue sky, still a fun game to me. And I think that's what matters. So that is my, I guess, small, but it's very personalized Nintendo NES collection. I do not have any graded games. I will never send any of these away to get graded. That's cool. A lot of people do grading. That is not something that I don't think I will ever do because I want to be able to play the game. I want to be able to play the game. I want to be able my sons to experience the game, and I want to be able to experience the game again. So, thank you everybody for listening. And I forgot to go at the top of the show. The sponsor of the show was the Podcast Precinct. Consistency, creativity, and culture is what the Podcast Precinct brings to you. If you are in the Western New York area and you're on the fence about becoming a podcaster, or you need photography work done as well, if you're an independent wrestler to having a wedding, please go send Matt Johnson a message on the Podcast Precinct Facebook page. Let him know. He does absolute amazing work. He does editing. You can record in there as well. So say you don't want to go out and you don't want to invest the money into equipment, you can do it right there. Safe, clean, everything going on with COVID. Make sure everything's at tip top conditions every day. So, once again, if you are looking to start a podcast or want to start a podcast or want to gain more information about starting a podcast, go check out our sponsor, the Podcast Precinct Facebook page. Send them a message. Let them know. And Matt will be more than welcome to help you out. So, also, like I said, with that being said, we're going to close out the show now. And you could catch new episodes of Let's Talk But No Politics every Sunday on the BICBP Radio Network, as well as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and you can catch up bonus episodes every Friday, 7 p.m., right here on Helium Radio Network, Life Improvement Radio. Go check out the Let's Talk But No Politics OK Facebook page. New content always putting there, new episodes. The Great Today in History. If you want to see what's going on in pop culture history, I put up a little graphic every single day of what's going on. On the day of this recording, it was a Beavis and Butthead premiered on MTV. So that's what I have every single day. Pretty much every other day, I have different questions or how do you feel about things. So go check that out as well. Same thing with Instagram and on the YouTube channel. Go check that out, Retro Gameplay. I post the videos of these podcasts as well on there. And it is where you can catch the 2-point conversation, Tecmo Super Bowl season as well, going through all 28 teams for that. And with that being said, thank you for listening, and good morning, good afternoon, and good night.